Hello, guys. I am Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran. I'm here with Yanzi Lynn, and today is the day we are talking more about decimated Disney as it's not looking too good, guys. Disney struggling as stocks falls to a 9-year low and park attendance slows down. This is absolute madness. Disney should be too big to fail, but maybe that is part of the problem. They are absolutely too big, and they are going to fail. They have too many IPs, too much woke agenda along with those IPs, and it's all sinking at once. Every brand is crumbling. Let's get into it.
Disney stock used to be one of those things that they say is a must buy. It was trading over $100 a stock at the beginning of the year, and now it's $84 a stock. Kind of just crashing down, isn't it? So now Disney stocks really enjoyed a big boost, especially during the beginning of the pandemic. Why? They launched this little streaming service you may or may not have heard of called Disney Plus. And they promise, oh, we can have all these exclusive shows, everything that'll be on there will be there permanently, we'll never take anything off, blah, blah, blah. And of course, the Goose signups, they gave a lot of people on some plans, I think like Verizon or something, they gave them like 3 years or 2 years or whatever of free Disney Plus. So that really helped boost the streaming numbers for the first couple of years. Now, coming down to these few years, we noticed that prices of all the streaming services have been going up. Netflix is guilty, obviously. Disney Plus is especially guilty of that. They've been raising their prices repeatedly. Now, in this house, we don't really keep track because guess what? We haven't subscribed to Disney Plus in years. So,
Right.
This is an interesting thing, though. People in Wall Street, not just, all these naysaying Yanzi people, right-wing people are saying Disney is supposed to go break up now. No, now Wall Street themselves are saying, Disney maybe should start splitting things up a bit. Even Bob Iger himself, he has identified the 3 pillars that they say that will drive Disney's growth in the coming years, which is film studios, parks, and streaming. Now we know park attendance has been really going down. I'm going to bring that up in a bit. Streaming, of course, you can see the numbers. It has been really bad too. And films, let's not get into the films thing because we know Disney has lost about $1 billion so far this year in the movies they put out. So, what are some people in Wall Street saying? For example, we have Bank of America securities analyst Jessica Reeves saying that what you need is to have a clean break with studio IP driving the parks. And then you have linear networks, things talking about like ESPN and all those things, ABC, to generate cash for investment in growth areas like streaming. So basically, you want to use Star Wars and Marvel and all that to push your park attendance. And meanwhile, you want to use ESPN and network TV to push your streaming growth. So they're advocating a divide this way. Now, one thing that we've been noticing, though, especially with the park situation, is that I'm totally going to bring my kid to a park where women facing is not only, allowed, it's actually front and center. That's a great message to send to kids, hey,
Right.
men are better at being women than you, girls.
And this is kind of the basic Disney, the family brand Disney. This isn't even getting into the Marvel or Star Wars thing. But you have to understand, Disney for the longest time was a family type parent company that you could basically turn on anything that's Disney and set your child in front of. Now, if you go to the park, you may end up having a very long, uncomfortable car ride answering questions of a woman having a beard and what is a woman and what is gender on your car ride home from the theme park. This is part of the pandering and the SJW aspect of Disney that is crippling the company, right? Because they're phobic, they're this and they're that, unless you hire a person with facial hair and put them in a dress and sit in front of a destination that's obviously for little girls. So there is that.
And also talking about some problems with Disney. So you want to say, let's use studio IPs to drive the parks, right? Well, womp womp. Does anyone remember the great fanfare that they launched this whole Galactic Star Cruiser hotel to? I think the numbers was quite shocking, right? I think a 2-night stay was $5,000 for a family, something like that. Some ridiculous number.
Right.
Nobody was biting. So they are basically shuttering down the hotel. This needs to take a hit of $2.5 million per room at Phil Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel.
They went in trying to charge the absolute most for Star Wars and and squeeze Star Wars fans at an all-time low of Star Wars. And this is the interesting part with what the banker was suggesting, is the IP should be at a popularity high to drive park attendance, which is a big part of Disney. Now, you at home, maybe you're not going to Disney World, but that is a big part of the money that bankrolls a lot of what the company's able to acquire when they're buying up like Marvel, when they're buying up Star Wars. That money came from the parks. So if the parks are now going down and they have all this IP that the profits of the park have bought up, but the IP is so mismanaged that it's unwatchable, that these IPs that they're acquiring are basically being killed and executed, then what's the point of all this? Like what's going to drive people to the park? That's the point of the IP, is to build a new ride to drive those fans to the theme park. Kind of a weird situation they find themselves in today. If the parks are attendance again going down, then that's less money for everything that Disney's producing, whether it's a movie, whether it's a TV show, a coloring book, whatever, less money. Marvel Comics doesn't really sell right now. Not a lot of hits going on at Marvel Comics, but they are sort of protected by the big piggy bank that is Disney.
Well, speaking about broken promises from Disney, it looks like they're going to be releasing their streaming service exclusives on DVD now. And not just DVD. It's going to be like Blu-ray 4K kind of releases, the really premium experience for watching this stuff. So WandaVision, Mandalorian, and Loki finally getting fleshy Blu-ray releases, selling for the price of $54.99 a box set. Now, think about what this means. It means that we need people to watch this stuff, but we need to recoup the money. And for some reason, people are not biting on our streaming service, which generates a monthly fee for us, but we cannot get people to bite and pay us a monthly fee. So I guess we just got to throw this out into the wilderness, hope they watch it, come back and buy the merch, and maybe one day subscribe to Disney Plus, I guess, maybe.
This is absolutely, without a doubt, Disney reaching in the couch cushions looking for spare change right now. This is something they've always been able to do, but the plan is we need people to go to Disney Plus to see this exclusive content. It's not really working out. This is probably at the end and the all-time low of Mandalorian High. Now they're going to try to sell a Blu-ray box set. This is the last squeeze of cash, and they're breaking promises to do it. How desperate is the company? I don't know. I'm actually really super curious. I came into watching Disney as a business when they acquired Marvel Comics, mainly because I had worked for Marvel Comics. And I was a big Marvel Comics fan. But looking at the company and how they acquired Fox and the money they spent on it and everything, there was just one bad business decision after another. Their handling of Star Wars, the pushing political agendas in the theme park and stuff like that. I mean, there are so many things going wrong with Disney, and they're at the crux of a pop culture high, to the point where it has to almost crash. And Disney's going to be there at ground zero. They're going to be where we see what I think is going to be the Western pop culture crash. And I do think it's going to be Disney. So if you guys will, please hold hands, get some popcorn, settle in. I think we're in for an interesting end of the year going into next year. But what's also super interesting, Shane Davis's Axcend. Level Up is up and funding on 9livescomics.com. Independent media, independent comics, IP. Go check this out. This is our kind of Tron, Spider-Man mix-up bash. A couple of gamers, 3 gamers specifically, go into a new virtual reality world, and when they log out, they activate as their avatars. They have their power sets, all of this, and they still have the ability to gain XP and grow by doing good things, bad things, in between. Go check this out. I'll leave you guys with the trailer for our smash hit comic book Axcend on 9livescomics.com.
I dream of a world, carefully crafted, beautifully flawed. This is Axcend. In this game of life, there is one thing that determines a victor. A player's ability to grow. A player's ability to evolve. A player's ability to survive. My name is Dog. Choose to play. Choose to upgrade. Choose to level up. Choose to Axcend.